That day had started like most other days, with a fight between my mom and me. I was 14 years old, always ready for a fight, always ready for drama. And that particular day it had been about my hair, because I had been waging this long term battle for Ma to buy me a tiny bottle of Sunsilk, which had frizz control, and she was having none of it. I was going to use what the whole family used, budgets were tight, I needed to know my wants from my needs. It's okay. I knew how it would end. I was still really annoyed, and I stomped down the stairs to the sidewalk and waited for my bus, just happily wallowing in self pity when I heard the voice. "You're so pretty." I startled out of my funk to look up and see this thin woman with this a thin lined face and a ragged sari. She had no shoes on her feet. Her hair was really frizzy, and she wore it on a long braid that she had pulled down to her front. And there were these white flowers that were browning because they were obviously dead, twined all around it. And she stroked her braid like it was the most beautiful hair that she'd ever seen. And she said, I was just like you once. But then those boys came, and it really hurt, and I asked them to stop, and they didn't, and they even tore my sari. Look! And her voice rose while she was saying all this, and she ended by shoving the end of her sari in my face, and it was ragged and torn, and that's when I noticed that her hair was completely frizzy. Her eyes were completely wild. She didn't look like she'd had a good meal in ages, and I just couldn't even say anything. Who was she? What had happened to her? Where was her family? Why was she alone at 6 in the morning? I had nothing to say to her, but I thought of my own fight with my mom, and I just wished she had any bottle of shampoo.